These mountain sports are what we do.
So I know I was just trying to stagger my way to the finish.
Previously on Ultimate Mountain Athletes.
We are back, season 2.
It seems stacked this season.
I just had to climb it the fastest out of anyone.
So he's a little bit slower, but if he can get to the top, then it was worth taking his time.
And coming up,
the hardest climb ever attempted in UMA history.
That one felt like it was in the bag.
I just got tired, put my feet in the wrong spot.
Then we move on to ski mountaineering.
It's super steep, which was brutal.
I wanted to just stop and give up the whole time.
Yeah, got the lungs going, as slow as fast.
I was trying to hang on.
That was literally like 2 minutes ago, and you're already recovered, so you're a beast.
Welcome back to Ultimate Mountain Athlete. I'm Craig McMorris.
And I'm Amy Ingerbretson. We are here in the Uncompahgre Gorge, just outside the town of Ouray, Colorado. And we're in the middle of the sends on this wall. And Kelsey had an amazingly strong performance in her first attempt, and she really needs to keep that up.
Absolutely, biting off a little bit more than attempt 1, a 5.11 here. We saw Thorn Merrill climb this. It was hectic. Can Kelsey stay on the wall? We'll find out.
So I started going up the 11B, went through the crux, was topping out, could almost taste the anchors. And
Broke a hold. That's just unlucky.
that was a huge bummer because that one felt like it was in the bag, and I still fell, even though I thought that it was well within my range.
after 2 climbs, the experienced climbers find themselves topping out the leaderboard. But in a game of multi-sport challenges, it's sometimes how you do on your weakest sport that has the biggest impact.
So what happens next? Anna climbs a 5.11A and reaches 7 of 10 clips.
Shoot.
Parkin climbs a different 5.11A and he reaches 7 of 8 clips. McRae climbs a 5.11A and he reaches 7 of 10 clips.
Oh, that was sketchy.
Next up, Carter. If he's not a rookie, he might as well be. He's in the climb of his young climbing career.
Nice, dude.
Come on. High feet, yeah. Oh, come on, keep it together.
Shave.
Come on.
He's fighting for it.
Yep,
High left foot,
yep, quick momentum.
Carter.
Come on.
and then he's got to stand.
Oh, geez.
This is going to be tough in that position.
Oh my gosh, come on, yeah, look at him fighting this thing.
Yeah, there
now,
it is.
now it's nothing.
Stop.
Yeah, there's no more gas now.
It's a long day, 3 attempts on a big wall that you've never seen.
Yeah.
Mental fortitude. Let's see if Sienna can quiet those voices in her head.
The third climb was the one I feel like I kind of showed more of my climbing abilities.
Yeah. Come on.
Got some good hand jams.
See that bottom leg room, I see a kicking chicken. Push, come on. Come on.
The handholds are so bad, though.
Yeah, use those feet. Yes. Come on, strong legs. Ah.
I don't think I pushed quite to my limit and showed my full potential, but I think it was at least better, and I was happiest with that third climb.
The third route, I wish I'd actually started with that one. It was so much fun.
The one word I would use to describe Celeste's performance here today, as we watch her on her 3rd and final attempt, is consistency. She's been very efficient with her movement. Would you agree?
Absolutely. She is flying up this pitch. She is by far, like by minutes, faster than any of the athletes that we've seen attempt this pitch.
I just got tired, put my feet in the wrong spot, and
Celeste goes down at the halfway point of her time, but definitely not the halfway point of her climb because it looked like she was motoring.
I think it went as well as it possibly could have. I definitely surprised myself.
Okay, we are down to our final 2 athletes going for their final attempt here in this climbing challenge.
That was it, yeah.
Thorn taking a big swing here. The hardest climb ever attempted in UMA history, a 5.12B Onsight.
Thorn has the most climbing experience of any of our male athletes.
He started with the 11C, and he fell. I was impressed that he kept his head in the game and came right back at it and performed really solid on his 2nd climb, which then gave him the confidence to really step it up on the 3rd climb.
Probably the biggest thing is balance for me. you know, trying to make sure I have plenty of time to do what I want to do and also fitting in what I have to do. My name is Thorn, Merrill. We got Moab here. I'm from Morrisville, Vermont. I'm a professional skier and environmental scientist. Jack of all trades, master of none. I'm trying to think of a better way to say that because it like kind of downplays me a little. Like I don't suck, but like when people hear my name's Thorn, they assume my parents are hippies or something, and my brother's name's Forrest. But it's just a great uncle's name, family name.
Was the OG Thorn extreme too?
I didn't know him. I don't know. I heard he was a good guy.
Thorn is a very special person, and if you get to know him, then you're lucky.
I'm kind of just like playing the part over here right now. I don't really ever do this. They're like, can you tune him? I'm like, yeah, but I need Megan to like set me up with the right thing.
He's very kind and compassionate, and his athletic abilities and athletic strengths are just a bonus, but they aren't him, so.
Got my parents here at the top of the Wildcat chair at Alta. My dad took me there when I was probably 10 years old. Always just remembered it being the coolest place ever. My parents moved to Vermont when I was 5, and that just kind of opened my eyes to everything outdoors. I was super fortunate that they threw me in ski boots, threw me on a bike, and just kind of every day was spent outside. One thing I really learned from them was trying to find that balance between doing what I love to do and also trying to like build a life for myself. That kind of led me to where I am in Salt Lake here. I work full time, but there's, you know, mountains 20 minutes away.
In life, the way that he handles challenges is he's kind of a silent killer in that sense where he just puts his head down and tries his best.
That's my favorite thing about Salt Lake is like, as long as you're a little bit flexible with what you want to do, there's always something that's in season. My biggest challenge for sure is trying to fit in everything that I want to do.
He's obsessive for sure, but not in a bad way. Well, it's kind of annoying about climbing, but that's what he watches on TV at night. That's what he talks about to his friends. Like, I can't be in my harness for 12 hours during the day, and he would sleep in his harness if he could.
I like progressing, and I really like improving, and I think that that's like the biggest thing that drives me. I feel like if I'm getting better and having fun, like that's the best.
I think Thorn loves climbing so much because it's something he can get better at. Skiing, he's been doing it since he's been so young. He's at this point where the tricks and the things that he would do require a lot of time, and he's getting older. So I think that's not a priority anymore. Compared to climbing, he can see this progression a lot easier without maybe destroying his body.
I try to approach life as kind of a glass half full, optimistic approach. Try to have the most fun with whatever is out there.
Thorn is a very wholesome, kind person.
Sweating.
I think at his core, that is probably one of his best qualities, but he's just kind.
You know, you can have big goals and you don't need to be there now, but if you point yourself in that direction and make small steps to get there, you can achieve a lot more than you think. That's definitely something that helps me pursue anything I'm working towards, you know, whether that's in sports or in work or in personal life.
It's been such a pleasure to watch him climb.
Yeah, he's a beautiful climber.
Everyone like was pushing me to do it for sure, so felt the support, which was nice.
Yeah, nice, come on. Man, if he can onsite this would be amazing.
There looked to be kind of a hard section where it gets a little steeper, so just kind of hoped I would find the right holds. And then pulling over the lip past the hard bit, you're kind of just gifted some super nice, easy climbing to the finish.
That is good good TV.
Wow, Thorn!
354, the hardest climb ever done in Ultimate Mountain Athlete history. 5.12B Onsight. That's light work for the kid. Come on.
Who surprised you the most today?
Kelsey.
No, I'm so excited to go watch her on the last
Yeah.
climb. Like, it's gonna be sick.
All right, it's climb on for our final athlete of this climbing challenge. It's Kelsey. She's on the wall.
Kelsey Wittels has impressed everybody thus far today, taking a big swing. 5.12B, that's on site for her. Can she top out? We'll find out right away.
I went for the 12B for the hard climb because it just felt way more satisfying, and I wanted to try to climb something that I was gonna push myself. Oh, way over there. So I think if I had gone for strategy, I think I did the wrong strategy. But we're here to show that these mountain sports are what we do. So I figured I might as well go for it.
Now there's no turning back. Now she's going for it.
That's the hold, and then you gotta get your feet way up here.
Come on, girl.
Come on.
Come on, Kelsey. Oh, come on. Oh, dang it.
Well, I can tell you for certain you accomplished both. You had the right strategy.
Okay.
And you climbed something you were proud of.
Yeah.
And you're the women's climbing leader.
Really? Can I have that view? That feels good.
And so after 3 climbs, Kelsey and Thorn top the leaderboard.
With rock climbing done and dusted, it is now time for us to leave the Uncompahgre Gorge and head further up the San Juans to Silverton Mountain for our next event, Skimo.
How you feeling at this point?
I know if I just like start red hot out the gate, I'm gonna blow myself up. So I like kind of want to like slow build until my like lungs catch up with me.
Good strategy. Slow is fast.
Yeah. I wonder if Carter and Parkin are gonna blow each other out.
Yeah.
They seem to have a bit of a friendly competition going.
Yeah. Young and ambitious.
Yeah.
And Thorn's the dark horse.
Yeah.
I feel like he can probably keep some pace.
Welcome to Silverton Mountain. I'm Craig McMorris, and this mountain has so much history, as does the town right below it, established in the late 1800s. Now, however, home to our second day of competition, ski mountaineering.
These athletes are going to be racing 1,600 vertical feet up this mountain. Part of that climb is going to be on skis, ski touring, and part of that climb is going to be on foot, boot packing, and they are going to get all the way to the top of where we are here, at the top of Hillary Step. This challenge is going to push our athletes to the absolute max. Remember that elevation. We are high. We are nearly 13,000 feet elevation right here on the first part of this Skimo challenge.
Thorn Merrill yesterday blew everybody out of the water on the wall. Can he continue that momentum in ski mountaineering? We'll find out.
2, 1.
Being first was kind of funny. Didn't have anyone in front of me to, try to chase. And could just look back and try to think how far back the guys were, and they seemed pretty close.
Someone you have to keep your eye on in this event, the 27-year-old from Whistler, British Columbia, Carter Krasley.
Thorn definitely set a pretty fast pace, which, got the lungs going pretty early.
Yeah, great. Have fun, buddy.
It's funny, me being in a race like this, because I'm just a methodical, meticulous, slow guy in my nature. One of my favorite sayings is slow is fast. But good to know that I can go a little faster than I thought.
Right behind me was Carter, and he's been telling me all about his cardio training that he does with the World Cups he races.
Me and Parkin were quite close.
I was trying to hang on, and we were just neck and neck, all three of us, all the way to the top.
With the men all underway, next up are the women, starting with Celeste.
I had this whole plan of keeping it in a certain zone. My watch was telling me I was basically sleeping, so it wasn't picking up on my heart rate at all. So I just went.
3, 2, 1.
I don't like
going uphill and like feeling like I have to catch up to somebody, or like somebody's catching me, or like I have to beat the sunrise. I've never been that type of person. So yeah, this was a lot different for me, but I just try to step away from the competition, let them do their thing. I like being in the back of the pack, the caboose, just holding it down.
Whoop, whoop. Normally when I ski tour, it's, you know, we're going for a tour, we're bringing snacks, we're stopping and looking at the views. And today I was going up and I wanted to just stop and just give up the whole time.
Before the Athletes Summit, they must face the nearly vertical feature called the Hillary Step.
I was like super impressed by both Parkin and Carter. They started 2 and 4 minutes behind me, and it felt like they were right behind me the whole way.
I got to the first transition point and I just fully botched it. Brutal. Right behind me was my main competition, Carter, and
That was gnarly.
I had a small backpack. I didn't want to put the coat on because I was exerting myself an insanely hard amount. Ended up carrying my coat in my hand for the top of the Hillary Step, which was brutal.
The Hillary Step is kind of like the last bit of the boot pack to get to the finish line. It's super steep, and all of us were pretty tired by the time we got there, so I know I was just kind of crawling up that last little bit. The wind was whipping across, just trying to stagger my way to the finish. When I crested, I like couldn't speak or breathe or really think, just tried to rip my skins off as fast as possible.
That was literally like 2 minutes ago, and you're already recovered, so you're a beast.
I don't know if recovered is the right word, but I can kind of speak.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
First man to the top, Thorn Merrill.
There is one athlete you cannot take your eye off in this event. Sienna Petersen, the 19-year-old from Salt Lake City, on the ski mountaineering national team for the United States of America. Heavy favorite in this one.
I have a couple, good life advice and mantras that people had given me. One of them is a poster that an athlete wrote to me that says, "Stand in high places and manifest destiny." For some reason, that just kind of has always stuck with me. I think about a lot. The community I'm surrounded with, the people that I put myself around, the type of lifestyle I'm living.
And here comes Miss Sienna Petersen, my fearless leader.
Do I?
My name is Sienna Petersen. I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah, and I'm an endurance athlete.
I'm sure you've done stuff kind of similar to this in the past, maybe? A little bit?
No. I grew up in the Wasatch Mountains. My parents were very active. My dad's climbed the Grand Teton over 75 times. My mom was Miss Fitness Utah.
Our approach was always get outside and be outside as much as possible and expose our kids to as many different activities and experiences as we possibly could.
I've learned to ski, bike, and climb basically since I could walk.
Really, she didn't have a choice. I think my husband really wanted a son.
Go, Sienna, go!
Because he wanted someone to be a climbing partner and wanted someone that could keep up with him. And I think that it's changed his paradigm of how strong women can be.
What are we doing?
Climbing up to the very top.
That's it. Perfect.
I thought I was strong and I thought I was tough. She is me on steroids. We do the White Rim every year. It's a 100-mile bike ride through the Canyonlands. When she was like 8 or 9 years old, her goal was to ride the entire thing, not get in the car at all. And she was so determined that even when it was so muddy that you couldn't pedal through it, she pushed her bike through it.
I don't think I've hit that limit yet. I don't think I've gone over it. I think I've definitely had some hard races. I raced 12 hours of Frog Hollow multiple years in a row, and I think that definitely tests you. It's like hour 10 and the sun's going down and you're definitely tired, and I think I've hit those times where I'm crying and I'm tired and I want to quit, but I haven't hit that limit yet.
Very gnarly. Must be nice.
I hit my limit so long.
I think I hit my limit this morning.
I've known Sienna for 4 or 5 years. I know that she's an amazing athlete, very, very strong mentally.
Skimo racing is definitely hard. That's the reason I like it, is seeing how far you can push. And I think, how can I get better? How can I compete against myself?
To do the things that she does at her age is unfathomable. I would say that she's one of the most badass kids I know.
The main thing I'm going into this competition is just to learn from people. I'm definitely intimidated, but I'm excited to meet new people and see where it goes.
You have another one of the competitors, Parkin, who's going to be in the competition up on your wall. What does that make you feel?
I think that's pretty cool. I think that's, yeah, I mean, I had no idea until you pointed out. I'm excited to like actually meet him and get to know him and tell him that I guess I have his poster. Super cool one up on my wall.
I think she's gonna do really well because she's willing to take on any challenge. She is the youngest competitor in this competition, and she's not afraid of being the youngest competitor. She's very adventurous and likes to pull a lot of people along in her adventures.
End result, ideally, would be a sponsored athlete. Like, I'd love to represent some brands, you know? I think that'd be really cool.
Okay,
you did great. I think you just got some sponsors.
Oh.
Sienna Petersen about to take off.
3, 2, 1.
Dude, what? Running? Next time on Ultimate Mountain Athlete.
We knew Sienna was likely to be really fast.
You go, girl, do your thing.
I was just blown away.
I like going uphill, I guess.
These athletes are complete beasts, and I can't wait to see them send it down his face.
I couldn't really see the course at all.
Yeah, I just went way too hot into that first shoot. I was on the edge.
Arguably the most rugged conditions I've skied all winter.
Between competition and wanting to climb hard.
They're pushing all the limits together for super bad.
Yeah, I texted my dad. I was like, I just got to the top and no one else did.
So I mean, kind of the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Good enough.